Where is the I slept with my boss bullet point? You got me. How did everything get so screwed up?
Each week we break down another Breaking Bad episode in order. Are you ready for this one? Season 4, Episode 4, Bullet Points. I've got 27 details you might not know. To get the cold breath effect, Jonathan had dry ice in his mouth in a cage. Dry ice is extremely dangerous, so don't try this at home. I recognize that sky. They must be in Mexico. It's only a second long, but they had to digitally freeze the driver's eyeballs because he kept moving them, and you can still see a tiny bit of motion. Mike survives this assassination attempt with only a grazed right ear. The people that did the prosthetic ear also worked on The Walking Dead.
Gambling destroyed my life. It was like a robbery, only I was the thief.
Let's do this.
This scene was a record-breaking 13 pages long. Typical TV scenes are 3 to 4 pages. And to prepare for it, Anna studied with a blackjack coach.
Play, you're taking too long. Chop, chop.
Don't chop me. Okay.
Walt.
Well, it's not as if I don't know how to play.
Let's just keep going, okay?
No, you know what? I'm in recovery. I shouldn't even be playing. And that is the fiction that we should be sticking to.
You're right.
Script?
Bullet points.
Bullet points.
We need this story to be solid and sympathetic and most of all, completely believable.
A story that you already told Marie and you think that she hasn't told Hank.
Marie's not telling him that we're paying his therapy bills, and neither are we.
And why is that again?
Really? You remember Gretchen and Elliot? Because I seem to recall that you'd rather sell drugs than take help.
Fine.
We can hand off so we don't leave anything out, and it'll seem the most natural.
It's so small, but I spotted another film artifact.
I'm gonna launch with the exciting news that we are buying a car wash.
Yay.
We wanna tell you the whole story. It's a doozy, so hold on to your hats. Do you like that?
Sure. Yeah, no, it's a doozy.
Just make sure to really hit the cancer, really touch on the fear and despair. We want them to understand why you could do something so stupid. So next, I'll chime in about how it affected our marriage.
Terribly, terribly ashamed of my actions. 2 terriblies? And why am I so ashamed?
There's a good shot of the notes, which were actually written like Skyler would have written them.
I don't like it.
We both look bad.
Oh, well, how do you look bad exactly? Where is the I slept with my boss bullet point? I can't seem to find that anywhere.
For a fired school teacher who cooks crystal meth, I'd say you're coming out pretty much ahead.
I don't want Junior thinking less of me.
At least you won at gambling. I'm just the bitch mom who wouldn't cut you any slack.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I put you through all of this.
Aw, how nice.
How's that sound?
Oops, he got us.
Yeah.
You might look down at the floor with remorse. I was thinking of taking Marie's hand and saying something emotional. Maybe I'll tear up a little.
You're gonna cry? When you dab your eyes, you're gonna do it with your right hand or your left
It's just
hand?
an idea.
1 tear? 2 tears?
Yes, I'm thorough.
Walt should understand and appreciate this kind of thoroughness.
Is it 2 or is it 3?
I mean, 2 would probably work, I guess, yeah.
Okay, 2 shots. 2 shots in the chest, 2 shots in the face.
Man, come on.
No,
it
I'm
doesn't-
just trying to understand how this works.
Lying doesn't come as easily to me as it does to you.
Again, I'm going to take issue with that. Walt turns on the charm the instant the door opens.
Go show the boys your new rock collection.
You have a rock collection?
It's a mineral collection.
What makes it be all pink like that?
That's the manganese part. It oxidizes, like rust.
Exactly. Manganese can have an oxidation state of between -3 and +7.
And this is a big reason why the writers chose this specific hobby for Hank. They liked that Walt would know enough about the topic to suck the fun out of it.
Its most stable state is +2.
Exactly. Whatever the hell he said. You get the idea.
Indeed, after this, Hank only pretends to still be interested in minerals as a cover.
I've been working on stuff here. Put that in over there.
What is this? It's not a dead body.
Oh, no, nothing like that. Look at this guy. Who is this? That, my friend, is Albuquerque's public enemy #1.
Don't worry, you'll see more of Gail's performance later.
Such a relief to finally tell you. We're just so glad that we have a strong family to help us through this.
Walter H. White, man of hidden talents.
You're such a stud. How much did you win exactly?
It's enough after taxes, of course, to buy the car wash. Maybe college educations.
But not a bottle of wine.
Why'd you quit? I can totally get a car for my birthday, right?
I'm terribly, terribly ashamed of my actions.
Right on script and even looking down.
I need to use the restroom.
We haven't talked about colors much on this channel, but it is intentional that Junior is wearing Hank orange to subconsciously indicate that he might prefer Hank over his own dad. And Skyler has been wearing lots of green lately as she becomes corrupted and helps Walt.
Walt! Hey, whoa.
Sorry.
Thought you might have fallen in there. Hey, man, that was big stuff back there.
No, we wanted to be thorough.
You can always bend my ear, right? I mean, if you ever need to talk.
This is a big difference from...
You and me don't have much of an experiential overlap.
Same goes for me, you know. If you ever want to bounce anything off me, I don't know, casework.
There's this mystery man I've been chasing for the better part of a year. Goes by the name of Heisenberg.
We've got a lot of details to look at here. Gale has the Walt Whitman poem written at least 4 times in his notebook. One of the writers, Thomas Schnauz, drew that picture, and there's somewhat hidden Gale Bedecker initials in it. The Ron Paul page matches his bumper sticker. This is the song Gale was playing at the time of his death. Tech Weenie Butt caught my eye, but like the other items, they're places to climb in the Sandia Mountains. This page, where Gale translates and tries to draw the golden moth, didn't make it into the final edit. Probably because it mentions the laundry facility over here.
He's writing about phenylacetone cook, right?
Yeah.
It does jibe with the blue stuff I've been tracking.
2 sticks dairy-free soy margarine.
It's a recipe for vegan s'mores.
The clock said 7:23 when Walt snuck in, then 7:24 when he left, but now it's back to 7:23.
Right here at the top it says, to WW, my star, my perfect silence. WW. I mean, who do you figure that is, yeah? Woodrow Wilson? Willy Wonka? Walter White?
You got me.
Walter White, you have the right to remain silent.
Wait a minute. Let me see this. Here. Yes.
When I heard the learned astronomer.
I learned it.
He just couldn't help himself. What I find hilarious is that he didn't correct Gale both times he said it that way.
When I heard the learned astronomer. When I heard the learned astronomer.
Bravo.
Thank you.
It's a poem by Walt Whitman, your WW.
You frickin' brainiac.
You think this Gale person is your Heisenberg?
Yeah, I think so. God, I wanted to get this guy.
It looks like you did.
I wanted to be the one to slap the handcuffs on him, that kind of shit. Popeye Doyle waving the frog one.
Popeye Doyle never actually caught him. Well, what about the person who killed him?
Well, my buddy Tim says they got some fingerprints they're trying to ID.
Jesse! Jesse!
They just added the full staircase to this set for this episode, and they used it a lot. He's really shaving this guy's long hair, although the shots are out of order. The first 2 guys they cast for this backed out after initially agreeing to it.
What the hell?
Aaron's shaved head was his own idea.
I have it on good authority that they found fingerprints at the scene.
Not mine.
What about the casing? Did you pick them up? No. I want you to tell me exactly what happened from the moment you got there. Did you knock or ring? Knock or ring? Did you walk into the room or did you shoot him right then and there?
Who wants to make $100?
My brother-in-law. What if he goes after Jesse for the murder?
Goes after him how? On his rascal scooter? That perhaps sounded insensitive. Bupkiss, that's what the cops got. I wouldn't worry about it.
What else should I not worry about, Saul? Should I not worry that Gus plans to murder me? Should I not worry that my drug-addicted partner doesn't seem to care whether he lives or dies? She's that guy Mike, that grunting, dead-eyed cretin, sucker-punching me in the face. I've got Gus wielding a box cutter. Why am I the only person capable of behaving in a professional manner?
I like the aviation law book sitting there. Saul is still trying to milk the Wayfarer 515 disaster, and he's the only one still wearing the ribbon.
Skyler, I'm sure she needs to believe that everything is neat and tidy, and she's telling herself that I work in this nice, quiet little lab.
You're the one that told her that, Walt.
It's all very safe, professional structure. How did everything get so screwed up?
This almost never happens, but they shot the next part of this scene months later because there was still time to add to this episode before it aired. As they were working on episode 11 and came up with a disappearer, they realized it would be best to introduce him earlier.
This man that we spoke of before, this person that you said could disappear me.
As if they had this plan all along.
This is a last resort, but if you really got to protect yourself, there's a guy who can make it happen. Call him a disappearer, new identities, new everything. This is an end game.
They did a great job matching the original scene, although Saul's tie has a dimple in the added footage.
You want his card?
Gotta be something else that I can do.
This extra agreed to top frontal nudity, but changed her mind on the day of filming.
How can you know just how bad radio frequencies and microwaves and cell phones and stuff are getting you?
That guy's back. They named him Sketchy, and he's got some similarities with Chuck.
Oh, hey!
Will you make sure there's pizza here when I get back?
Not a problem. I can get the stuff, but as far as the financial situation, you know.
Hey, great job with this money. It looks real. Although, wait, I'm sorry, I'm doing it again. This 50 definitely says for motion picture use only. This is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, released 8 months after this episode is supposed to take place. What makes this even weirder for French viewers is that the French voice actor for Sonic also does the French voiceover for Jesse.
Wake up. What's up with your ear? Downstairs now. I invited your guest to leave.
Know who this is?
No, you ought to. He's been at your house for 3 solid days. He stole your money.
That $78,000 or so look familiar?
You can see the pads Aaron has on the bottom of his feet to protect them from the debris.
You want to know what's next for Little Miss Pissed in his pants? No. Don't even want to take a wild guess.
You're gonna kill him. Is this the part where I'm supposed to beg you not to do it?
You're on thin ice, you little shithead.
You ain't gonna smoke that dude in there. You went through the trouble of putting a blindfold on him.
Let yourselves out.
Vince said that Mike's thinking about Victor as he looks at Gus's X-Acto knife.
How's the ear?
Mending. It's Pinkman. He's become increasingly incautious. He's a risk, a liability. Something's got to be done.
You better be ready in 2 minutes because I am right outside your door.
It happens so quickly, but there's a shadow of a boom mic on Walt's back.
Jesse! Jesse!
Hey, it's me.
It's a little funny that the call goes straight to voicemail there, because later it rings first.
Jesse! 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 Jesse!
Hey, it's me. Wait for the thing.
Hey, he's not in a phone call right now.
Where is he?
I would have expected the episode to end there, but we get a little cliffhanger preview of the next episode.
Gonna ask where we're going?
Nope.
Shout out to my channel members. Say hi to the new ones. Zero, Rad Popsicles 24, Kirkpad, Jim Thomas, Dimped, Crawfish, Barbara Seville, Nick Blazer, Terezi, and D-Fish. As always, if I've butchered any of your names, help me out. Now I'll try to fix my pronunciation of Faithless Teriac and Aztec Santina.
Standing there alone, the ship is waiting, all systems are go. Are you sure? Controller's not convinced, but the computer has the evidence. No need to abort. The countdown starts. Watching in a trance, the crew is waiting, nothing left to chance. All is working, time to relax. Up in the capsule, send me down a drink. Jokes, Major Tom. The count goes on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling, calling home. Second stage is cut. We're now in orbit, stabilizers up. Running perfect, starting to collect. Requested data, what will it affect? When all is done, thinks Major Tom. Back at ground control, there is a problem. Go to rockets full. Not responding, hello Major Tom. Are you receiving? Turn the thrusters on. We're standing by. There's no reply. 4, 3, 2, 1. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, calling, calling home. Across the stratosphere, a final message. Give my wife my love and nothing more. Valley back to ship. The world is mourning. They don't realize he's alive. No one understands. But Major Tom sees now the light commands. This is my home. I'm coming home. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, coming home. Earth below us, drifting, falling, floating, weightless, coming home. Earth below
Well, that was fun. Next week, Walt makes his biggest mistake altering the course of the show.